Hello everyone, the Gamer's Tag here. You can call me Travis. Today we're playing the Stanley Parable. Should be a good time. I tried playing the demo and recording it and stuff, but I ran into a bit of editing issues, also known as laziness, so I didn't get around to posting the video really. Anyways, we're just apparently gonna jump right into this. From what I got from the demo, I don't know anything about the game, so even after playing the demo, it was ridiculous.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's good.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to... yeah. Alright. So the original Stanley...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The original game was a Half-Life 2 mod, and I guess they remade it as a standalone game. Oh, that's a nice picture. I never played the mod version of it either, so this is all kind of new to me. And like I was saying, the demo doesn't really show you anything. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna show you the demo throughout the entire demo, and then you never actually see anything unless that was actually the demo, and that's exactly what the game is like. But I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, this looks bad. Someone dropped a coffee mug. I hate Mondays. Oh, you got a case of the Mondays. Fucking... all these nice pictures. It's a pretty big office considering no one's here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna be a badass. Enter the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to do. Can we, like, go in these rooms? No. That's what you get, with this channel. You get some badassery.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Around here, we say, fuck the narrator. Give a shit what he says. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What?
Someone you've forgotten about.
No.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
No, don't tell me what to do.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, well, this looks inviting. Just gonna mosey right on in. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Did it just take me?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
My apartment number is 427 as well.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh. You bastard.
Gotcha. Oh,
What a
come on.
clever joke.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Oh, you
Who want
shut
to
up.
commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
Don't
Come
tell me what to
inside.
do.
Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my
Fucker.
story now.
Son of a bitch.
This is
What?
a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, God. I'll press the 9. No.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
2. 8. 3.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to
Whoa.
work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I don't know what to do.
But
Proceed.
in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
With the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh, gosh.
As he wandered through this
Oh.
fantasy world,
What happened?
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Fuck you.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
Oh,
How
no.
could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, Do not do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna prove you wrong because of your, fuck. I forget what it's called. Whatever. You know that thing where you tell someone not to do something so they do it?
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. Thank you. And apparently just nothing's gonna happen now, so I'm just gonna have to press it. I just try pressing every other button. And nothing's gonna work, so now I have to press the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. Well,
Understand, is he like...
I'll try once more to convey all this to him.
Is he like
Compelled to.
lecturing me right
I
now?
must.
For
Perhaps.
not listening to him?
Maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, thank God. I don't even know what's going on. What? Why am I back here?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Oh my
meeting.
gosh.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So apparently if you don't listen, you just get punished for fucking 20 minutes and then you
Stanley
start
came
back.
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let a ball up inside you, take it out passively, aggressively. Sorry. Oh, I forgot what he said. Oh God, I'm gonna be fucking punished. This is great. What's going on?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do. Oh, it's nice up here. The fuck? Is this my boss's office?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
fuck.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, what's this? I wanna actually, like, you know, do something. I don't know what's going on here. This is gonna take me outside. I wanna go outside.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Perfect. Do.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, fuck no. Escape. Going this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nice. I don't even trust you, not even a little bit. His
The door
assault
behind him
goes
was
on
not
forever.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me I died. Like, actually. Oh gosh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh
he
god.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Let me out!
So he resigned and willingly accepted
Ah!
his violent
No!
death to his brief
What the fuck?
shallow life.
Let me out!
Farewell, Stanley.
Stop! No! Jesus fuck. No! Oh, thank god.
Farewell, Stanley,
What?
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who the fuck
In
is
a
this lady?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or not.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his
Oh my
office,
gosh.
as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah. Oh. Do 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 do. End up on a battlefield fighting aliens. That was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game, plus some people interpreted as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay, and see how it would... Anyways, just gonna continue on. Take a little look around, shall we? Like this telephone over here. It's counting down to. It's gonna ring. Oh my fuck. It's over here. I have no idea where I'm going. Just want to get back to it. What the fuck? Oh. This is it. My office. 3 of my offices. Which you can't go into. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Yeah.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. Be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I know what to do. Okay. I was hoping something would actually... Anyways. Something cool would happen, but I guess not. Click to skip. Alright. So let's
All
not
of
go
his
down
co-workers
the
were gone.
hallway of death.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do 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 do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Love the tips for not being fired. What was it? 2845 or
Stepping
something?
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I'm dancing. Flip me.
Feeling soothed and
Oh, there we go.
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Do do do. Press the button. And down we go. Okay. I don't even know how long we've been playing
Stanley
for, and
walked
we
straight
haven't even
ahead through
gotten
the
anywhere.
large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I don't see why not. There's nowhere else we can go, apparently. Press this button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, another button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Where am I?
Had
2,
Stanley really been under someone's
2,
control all this time?
47.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yep. It's Boogie.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Absolutely.
couldn't accept it.
No
His own
way.
life in someone else's control? Never.
Exactly.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Oh.
he would
Am I gonna turn it
dismantle
off?
the controls once and for all.
There we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I feel like it'd be a little more complex than this on off. Am I gonna get electrocuted? Alright. What's going on here? Can I move? Yes, I can. Oh gosh. Everything's...
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I can't see anything.
Yes. He had won. He
Hurrah.
had defeated the machine.
Yes.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Dun,
Freedom
dun,
was
dun.
mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Huh.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I don't know.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? As sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not
Look
been
how
to
pretty.
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
What?
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
Hurrah.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alright. Well, that's good. Yeah, the game's over, I beat it. All I had to do was listen to the guy, apparently, but I feel like there's other shit I can do, so... That was weird. Anyways.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Alright.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this different, or...
When
Oh.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
We go
he
this
entered-
way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So I guess there's just like a bunch of different endings
Wow.
and shit,
Yes,
but...
this room.
yeah.
What a beauty! But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We'll go this way
And so
now.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh my gosh, there's like so many ways you can go and shit. So apparently that's what this game is just choosing different routes over and over again. For like a billion times.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping it was.
Oh, no. No,
Fuck.
it's to the right, my
Son of a
mistake.
bitch. If you close this fucking door.
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Would you piss off?
It's clearly...
Fuck.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down
Sorry.
right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
How can I escape? Let me just use this truck. Drive away.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Ah,
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about,
Yeah.
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
oh my
And
gosh.
This time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
Don't.
Okay. From
Don't.
the top.
No. Oh, you son of a fuck. Jesus Christ. I don't know what would have happened.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh my
Perhaps he had
gosh.
simply missed a memo.
Yeah. Do.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Oh, that's
No.
hilarious.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you
No.
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
Exactly.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley,
Hoorah.
let's find the story.
Go this way. I can't go that way. So one of these doors, I guess. Oh, fancy. I'll go this way. This way. Oh god. I don't know which way to go. I moved too much, I'm lost. This way. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm over here now.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Yeah.
Do we need to restart the game again?
No! No!
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why
No!
not?
You fuck. Stop.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I'm really remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alright. Can't go that way. Can't go that way. Can't go that way. Go this way. Nope. Turn that off. What? There's open shit in there. Oh, I gotta go around, I guess. Go this way? Or this way? This way. I just want in. Just let me in. Excuse me, sir. Sir, I would like to come into your room. What are you doing in there? What are you doing? Oh, what? What the fuck? I don't know how that happened. Do 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 do.
Aha!
Ah.
I knew we'd miss something. The
Sure.
story. Here it comes.
What?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way
Oh my
and
gosh.
retrace our steps.
Stop. Oh, sweet.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what?
No.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Woo.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and
Dun,
it really
dun,
paid off,
dun,
so
dun,
good
dun,
job.
dun, dun, dun.
Oh no,
No.
I don't feel right about this at all.
Come
We
on.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
What?
Some people win fair and square,
How
and this was
dare
not one
you.
of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No. Oh, you stupid. The end is never the end. Oh.
All right, I've got a solution. This
There we
time, to
go.
make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
It's pretty simple. Ah, but now there's a version that if I don't follow the line, Jesus Christ, this thing
See?
just goes
The
on
line
forever.
knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Hurrah.
Though, here's a thought.
What?
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Sure.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
That's okay.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit
Oh
of
my gosh.
music to lighten the mood.
Hurrah. Oh gosh. Da 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 da. Holy shit. It's the best part of the game ever. What? Oh.
Cut the music.
Thank
Go
you.
back and look at that fern.
What fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Thanks.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Hurrah.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line?
I'm so
Perhaps we could have
confused.
found the story on our own.
What are we doing? Just press the buttons. Alright, I've no idea. Thought that was milk. Where's my milk? What? Oh.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
That was
After
silly
everything
Line.
we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Now what?
You know what, Stanley?
Hey.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
That was
We're
rude.
intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okie doke.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
What
Use
the
your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
How'd you get in here?
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Alright,
No
take it out.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Do 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 do. Oh, where'd you go? Let me go up there. Can't go that way.
Ah,
These
a
rooms make
choice.
no
We
sense.
get to make a decision.
Ah,
From
fuck.
here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
I don't know.
Since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Hurrah.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Because that's how I think it fucking works. Aren't they? They're both the same room.
Oh, hold up. What's this?
The confusion
Confusion
ending.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Huh.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's
Wow.
all determined?
After a long
so now,
time,
according
Stanley
to the
dies.
schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Then don't do it. Open the door.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it?
Oh gosh.
Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Oh my
They're always
gosh.
saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh gosh. What the fuck? What just happened? Oh shit. Narrator?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh my gosh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
So apparently
Perhaps
I'm
he'd
just
simply missed a memo.
doing this to die.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to get back to that squishy thing.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Perfect.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh,
But
the
Stanley
car.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And
Oh,
in such
gosh.
a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Yeah.
His boss would think he was crazy.
Oh,
And then
we were just in
something
this
occurred
room.
to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah, this
All
doesn't
of my
make
co-workers
fucking
blinking
sense.
mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this,
Fuck.
he began to make other strange observations.
Like,
For
I've
example,
been walking in
why
fucking...
couldn't he see
What the
his feet
fuck?
when he looked down?
Oh, whoa.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No,
You
Stanley
think?
said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Hurrah.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found
Oh
an
my
answer,
gosh.
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to
Yay.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Really?
And it too
Yes.
appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all
I want
entered
the stars
Stanley's
back.
head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Can I go back to
Why
the stars?
is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
Oh my gosh.
strange. I'm dreaming about a voice
What the
describing
fuck?
me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That
Oh my
this
gosh,
was a dream.
this is fucking...
So he closed his eyes
Fuck.
gently, and he invited himself to wake
whoa.
up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up.
If I wake up back in the office.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Oh my god.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I'll fucking understand.
I am okay.
Oh, perfect. Back to where we were. I'll just keep walking.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My
Ah!
name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Ah!
Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Oh, everything's
I must
turning
be
red.
real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my gosh.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Oh my god,
Then
or
she turned
fucking
around.
10 minutes. Oh my fuck. Alright. I need a fucking break from this. I'm done for now. Fuck it. See you guys.